Hello guys. Welcome to another Age of Origins video. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to cover on the heroes. So, recruiting, and this is basically how we recruit the heroes. You have your normal recruits and your elite recruits. It's always better odds from the elite recruits than the normal recruits. You can either buy these packs, right? And that can be done via buying the hero itself directly. And the best one I recommend is this one, like these types of daily offers. However, under the weekly and monthly, there is another pack that will give you these elite recruitment orders. And with these is the drops that we were just looking at, and they'll give you the drops to potentially all the heroes. So this is mainly luck based, but if you want to focus on one of, you have to wait until the daily pack for that officer comes around and you can buy those packs, and subsequently they'll grow and grow. So the next thing about them is that when you recruit the officers, you'll see that you'll get officer kill XP, some skills, some officer XP, and different medals or fragments for the different heroes. So what that also gives is that you need to collect all of those to upgrade heroes. Now, when you do the regular one, it won't give you purple heroes, right? I think there's a small chance, but it's mainly going to be blue and green, and the purple is going to be mainly purples. So you can also find the rates right there, and you'll see that, they're 0% to get green officer fragments on the elite. So which means you'll mainly be getting purple and blue, which is the stronger heroes that you can have. And then, when you go over to your skills, once you collect 10, you can fuse them together, and then you obtain your skill. Likewise, you'll have 3 different ones for director, strategy, and warfare. Each will give you different bonuses. And you can always track them all that you're currently using right here. You can always try to level them up using the officer skill upgrade. So you level them up and it gives you stronger stats. Next, when you go to your hero, you'll see that, for example, if we go to the panda, right? He is at 3 stars. So every star, number of fragments will increase. So it'll start at 6. I think it's 6, then 12, 24. And pretty much you can see that this is 3 star. So it still has a long way to go for the 6 star. But these stats right here will upgrade based on the level of your hero, right? So as you upgrade the stars and the XP of it, these will also increase. Then pretty much these heroes each have their best setups. So one of the setups I've been using is let's see, what can I put under a point? No, I think it's officer. There we go. So under strategy, you'll see I'm using Major Morgan and Saki, and these are the XPs that they have. And what these do is they'll basically give us a higher rally size, which means we can send more troops into battle, which means we have a stronger march. Same with Saki. She increases the attack HP when cross-range combat, and one of her bonuses is the fleet bonus. So this is what's important. Once you send these ones in, you can also switch to, for example, Brave Star, which will give you a higher wounded ratio. So since you already sent your troops, you don't need that troop size. You can switch it over to a max wounded size. if you happen to be training, the best ones to use are the ones that will give you recruitment speed, because this will decrease the time that it takes for you to train. So you always have to pay attention to which heroes you have chosen and appointed based on the boost that you want to have. Next, we have the three: Caddy, Simon, and Maria. These are the three best heroes you can have for the Drill Master, and each will give you a description of what they do. And as you unlock them, you can add different skills. So, Caddy will, reduce the attack of the enemy troop. He will increase our attack, and Maria will increase the attack of our troops, right? So attack of your troops by troops unit times 17.5. So she'll give us a nice bonus. The next thing we have is the warfare. And with the warfare, you'll find that Panda Jack, Alexandria, Zeus, Aeon, Tifa, and Stormbow are the ones I have equipped. Each one of these will give you the strongest buffs. So one strategy that's in the game right now is to use long-range troops with short-range buffers. So what that does is that you want to increase your long-range attacks, because that is your majority of troops. But you also want to have some of your melee troops, which are your buffers, to also be strong so they can hold on longer. The longer they hold on means the less time the enemy has to reach your long-range troops, all the way at the back that are protected. So when you choose your skills, you mainly want to focus on melee and long range. You can do mid-distance, but it takes a lot more, and it's not as easily reachable. So to start off with, it's probably best to just focus on the two rather than to try to focus on all three. And then you want to just try to upgrade your heroes as quickly as you can, buying packs or buying the recruitment orders. So those will be your war ones. And lastly, like I mentioned before, I'll show you that right now, it takes 17 hours and 21 minutes to train 740, right? Now, if I were to switch to my training heroes, right, because they have the intermediate training, it now takes me 18 hours and 21 to train 891. So you can see this number has greatly increased, while this also, but if we were to train a similar amount as before, you can see that the time clearly goes down, right? So we want to train as much and as fast as possible so that we can have more troops to fight for whatever outcome we may have. Next, you have your different heroes into your directors. So right now I have building directors, which focus on advanced engineering and intermediate engineering. So their boost is mainly construction speeds, which means when I go to build a farm, this will give me the quickest time so that I don't use as much speeds. Then when I want to research something, what I would need to do is then switch over to my research heroes. And you can see I have two of them right there. And now with those in mind, I can go in here and now I can research, for example, melee armor. And with those two heroes chosen, it'll give me a much reduced time in comparison to not having them. And as always, make sure to click help so that your alliance can now help you, and as you should do the same. So that pretty much covers off the heroes. You also want to level up the stronger ones. The purple ones will always be your strongest ones, and try to increase them whichever one you see more important. I try to balance them out, try to get them all to level 10, then to level 15, then it'll be level 20. And you know, my advice is try to focus one by one. And you also have, as always, an advanced gathering. So whichever activity you're doing, I always recommend to switch your heroes for it. And pretty much here, I always recommend to have these two on, so that when you send a march, you will be sending the biggest march size that you can. We don't want to do auto. Right. This will now give us 116 march size, which then we can send off on our way. Right. Versus if we did not have them chosen, as previously mentioned, the march size would not be big. So this is my quick guide. These are the main hero choices that I would recommend to a point. And I can also show you the officer skills that I have chosen for warfare. So I've chosen for long range HP and attack expert, while also having a couple melee experts to assist with that. So strategy will have a lot of the medicine, right? So for healing speed, fleet speed, and recruitment speed. So you always want to maximize how you use them and what will give you the best bonuses. Into your directors, you're going to find mainly resource related. However, there's also some gathering, and yeah, so you just have to connect them together and come up with the best setup that you want and switch them up depending on what activity you're doing. So that is going to be our quick hero introduction and what best hero choices that I recommend. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have a different opinion. So, and let me know how you guys are doing in your heroes. As always, thanks for watching and have a good weekend.